Hi, this is Mirinda Carfrae and you're watching Training Day.
Our story begins in Boulder, Colorado, home to the University of Colorado and dozens of professional triathletes. I got the chance to tag along for a day of training with last year's runner-up from the Ironman World Championship and one of the fastest runners in the sport of triathlon, Mirinda Carfrae. We started the day at the house she shares with her boyfriend, Tim O'Donnell, who also happens to be a professional triathlete. All right, we're here at Mirinda's house. Let's go in.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good
to see you too.
All right.
Come on in.
This is your house, huh?
Yes, well, my boyfriend's house.
So what's the workout plan for today?
I'm going to do a good swim with Monica's group over at Flatirons. There's normally a good group of people out there and I like her sessions, so I try to make Thursday morning a stable regardless of what else is on the program. Swim session starts at 10, but I try to get in a little bit early, get a few extra meters in, because right after Monica's session is Dave Scott's session at 11:15.
So for like a 10 o'clock swim workout like that, what would you eat what have you eaten this morning?
Not a whole lot. I had like a breakfast bar, muesli bar and a banana. So I slept in this morning and got up at about 8, so that was nice. This session in particular is one of my key sessions. It's always a hard session on Thursday. I also swim with Jane on Mondays, which is pretty solid. Last year I kind of dropped the ball a bit on my swimming because I was so worried about making the distance on the bike and run, and the swim became an afterthought, and that was a bit of a mistake. Like, it turned out okay in the end, but I definitely didn't have a very good swim. I was probably at least a minute down on where I'd be any other day. This year we've kept the swimming up a little bit more and not just having the swim as an afterthought or a recovery for the bike and run.
So I see it's almost 9:30 and you said you wanted to head out around then, so shall we go?
Yeah, let's get this done.
After our chat, it was time to get down to business. The first workout of the day would be a master swim session at Flatirons Athletic Club. They were nice enough to let me go along for the ride. On the way, we took in the Boulder sights, and I could see right away why the town provides such a great environment for athletes.
Well, you know, I don't even think it is the altitude. I think it's just that Boulder itself is such a, cyclist-friendly environment. There's bike lanes everywhere, and there's lots of good places to ride your bike around here, and also just the trail running's fantastic. There's tons of really good restaurants in town actually. Centro does really good mojitos. I've had my fair share of mojitos down there.
We arrived at Flatirons and I couldn't help but think about all of the past and present Ironman champions that train here on a daily basis. You never know who you're going to see. On this particular day, we ran into Mirinda's friend and rival, Ironman 70.3 world champion Julie Dibbins. As they started their workout, I realized that this was not your typical masters workout at a local swim club. It was intense.
Get to the session, you warm up before the coach arrives, and then the coach gives you a little bit more of a more up-tempo warm-up, and then they'll write on the board what the session is, and it's generally a lot of short rest. Probably only one session a week is really speed work, but today we did a lot of hundreds. I think we did 2500s on all different time cycles. With Monica's sessions, generally she tries to start the session out super hard. She's raced in Kona, she's done the swim, and she's a great swimmer herself, so she starts to swim out pretty hard, so you're like really on the rivet there, and then backs it off. So generally in the start of a race you get out really hard and then you settle into a rhythm, and then the end of the swim the pace picks up again.
So for Rini, she's going to start at a 120 base, so everything's going to be under 120, and then from there she increases her time and then drops back down to under 120. And so we're going to do that 3 rounds of a 700.
for the rest of the day?
Yeah, so probably go and get some lunch now, and then I'll relax for a bit, and then I'm just going to do, I've got a couple of appointments this afternoon, and then just an easy run this afternoon, so it's a pretty chill Thursday.
When the 90-minute swim session was complete, we drove over to a cafe to grab some lunch. While the offering of sweets and freshly baked goods was very tempting, I figured they had the inside scoop on the menu and copied their orders of an egg bagel sandwich. It was a beautiful day in Boulder, and I relished the chance to sit outside and talk to two triathlon superstars. We went our separate ways after lunch, and then I met up with Mirinda again at a local trail. Next up on Mirinda's training schedule was an easy 30-minute run. As I watched her run, I realized that even at her easy pace, Mirinda looks like she's flying. We met up again early the next morning back at Flatirons. Mirinda had explained to me that she uses the treadmill for tough runs like this so that she can maintain her speed in a controlled environment. Her session was made up of 3 duplicate 5K sections. For each of the 5Ks, she would build up speed before topping out and slowing down to start the next section.
All I really care about is improving. If I see improvements on race day, I already feel like I'm a better athlete than I was last year, and if I have a better result this year than I did last year, I'll be happy. And I just really like pushing myself to the limit and seeing, putting in the training and then seeing the results on race day. I love seeing how fast I can run off the bike. But yeah, definitely the thought of Kona and getting back there and having another go around at that race is motivating enough in itself. I'm not really focused on Chrissy or what Chrissy can do. I'm focused on what I can do and racing my race, and hopefully that will put me close to her. And and if she is close, then you got to better believe it that I'm going to kill myself to try and get the top of the podium.
Becoming an Ironman World Champion takes a special combination of talent, attitude, and motivation. After spending over 24 hours with Mirinda, I can safely say she has what it takes. It's a matter of when, not if, we'll see her on top of the podium in Kona.